Welcome back once again, all of my low carb friends, and for those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. Today I have another very delicious keto dessert recipe for you. Today I am going to show you how to make easy, delicious keto chocolate marshmallow cookies. Now this may sound difficult and too good to be true, but trust me, it's not. It's easy and it is possible. And if you want a printable version of this recipe, you can check out my website at janetsdeliciouslowcarbkitchen.com. You can find a printable version of this recipe and other goodies there for you. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see lots of easy, delicious, low-carb keto recipes, make sure you click that subscribe button and click the notification bell that's right next to the subscribe button. That way you can be notified every time I put out videos, at least every Wednesday and Saturday. And if you'd like to help support the channel, make sure you scroll down in the description of the video. You'll see some affiliate links. Anytime you purchase anything using those affiliate links, a small portion of your purchase will go to me and help support the channel. So while we do all that, let's get cooking. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees. Line 2 large baking sheets with parchment paper or silicone mat. Then set them aside for a minute. Place a half cup of very soft room temperature butter into a large mixer bowl. Add 50 grams or around a fourth cup of the granulated sweetener of your choice. I'm using granulated monk fruit sweetener. You can use whatever granulated sweetener you want. You can also adjust this more or less depending on how sweet you want your cookies. Beat the butter and the sweetener on low just for about 10 seconds, just until they start combining. Then increase the speed to medium and beat on medium for about 1 minute or until smooth and creamy. Scrape down the sides of the bowl and push the sweetener and butter mixture to the center of the bowl. Add 2 large room temperature eggs. Make sure they're room temperature so they stir in smoothly. Add 80 grams or around a fourth cup of the keto syrup of your choice. I'm using Chalk Zero's keto maple syrup. You can use whatever keto syrup you want. Now, if you're wanting your cookie to be more on the crisp side once it's all done cooling and drying, then you can leave out the syrup and just increase your granulated sweetener to about 1/3 of a cup or so, or however sweet you think you're going to be wanting your cookie. Add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Beat on low again for about 10 seconds, just until everything starts combining together. Then increase your speed to medium-low and beat on medium-low for about 30 seconds or so, or just until everything is fully combined. Scrape down the sides of the bowl once again and push everything to the center of the bowl. Combine 75 grams or around 2/3 cup of coconut flour, 20 grams or around a fourth cup of cocoa powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 5 grams or around 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Then sift them all together into your wet ingredients. Beat on low again for another 10 seconds or just until everything begins combining together. Then increase your speed once again to medium-low. Beat on medium-low for another 30 seconds or so, or just until everything is completely combined. Once everything is completely combined, then increase your speed to medium and beat on medium for another 1 minute or until a smooth, fluffy, slightly sticky dough forms. Once again, scrape down the sides of the bowl and push the dough to the center of your bowl. Scoop the dough out 1 tablespoon at a time onto your prepared baking sheets. Roll each dough scoop into a tight, smooth ball and place it back on the baking sheet. Make sure you leave around 2 inches of space between each one of the dough balls so that you have room to shape your cookies. Once the dough balls are shaped, use your hand and flatten each dough ball into a circle shape of your desired size and thickness. The thinner you press your cookies out, the more crisp they will be once they are cooled and dried. Also, once your cookies are shaped, make sure you leave room between each one of the cookies so you can have a nice even bake all the way around. Place the baking sheet into your preheated oven and bake at 375 degrees for 8 to 10 minutes or until the cookies are slightly darkened around the edges. Once the cookies are baked, remove them from the oven and allow them to cool on the pan for about 10 minutes so they can firm up a little bit. Once the cookies are firm, transfer them to a wire rack and allow them to cool completely before putting the marshmallow on them. The longer you let the cookies sit, the more they're going to dry out, so the crisper the cookie is going to be. So if you're wanting the most crispness out of your cookies, then just allow them to sit on the cooling racks overnight, and that should give you a nice little crisp the next day. So while your cookies are cooling, place 59 milliliters or around a 1/4 cup of hot water into a large mixer bowl. Make sure the water's hot. It doesn't have to be boiling, but you do want it hot. Sprinkle 9 grams or around 1 tablespoon of gelatin powder or agar-agar over the water. Then use a fork and stir the gelatin powder into the water for about 30 seconds or so, or until the powder is fully dissolved. Make sure it is fully dissolved, that there's no chunks in there. Then set it aside for the gelatin to firm up a little bit. While the gelatin's firming up a little bit, place another 59 milliliters or around 1/4 cup of water into a medium saucepan over medium heat. Add 125 grams or 1 cup of powdered sweetener of your choice. I'm using the powdered monk fruit allulose sweetener that I make. You can use any powdered sweetener you want. Whisk the sweetener into the water until it is fully combined. Then continue to whisk constantly until the mixture comes to a low boil and the sweetener is fully dissolved. Your mixture should almost be clear by the time it's all done. Once the sweetener and the water have come to a low boil and the mixture is clear, turn the heat off and whisk in about 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then check on your gelatin. It should be, for the most part, firm and gelled up. If it's not gelled up and it's still really watery, then let it stand for another 5 to 10 minutes or until it gels up. It doesn't have to be completely hard solid, but you do want it to feel gelled. If you do have to let it sit longer, then keep your sweetener water mixture on low and continue to whisk it the whole time until the gel is firmed up. You want to keep that sweetener water mixture hot. Then carefully pour your water sweetener mixture over the gelatin. This is going to melt the gelatin. Beat the mixture on low for about 10 seconds or just until the gelatin starts breaking up and combining into everything. Then increase your speed to high and beat on high for 15 minutes or until the mixture is white and fluffy and has doubled in volume. After 15 minutes and you have your marshmallow fluff made, then scoop the mixture into an airtight container, and once the cookies have cooled completely and have gotten to your desired level of crispness, then turn half of the cookies upside down on your cooling racks and scoop anywhere from 1 teaspoon to 1 tablespoon of the marshmallow fluff onto the flat side of the upside down cookies. Once you have your desired amount of marshmallow fluff on the upside down cookie, then take another plain cookie and place that plain cookie on top of the marshmallow fluff. Then slightly press the cookies together so that you can seal the cookies and the marshmallow fluff is going to spread just a little bit. If you do have any extra marshmallow fluff, you can store it in an airtight container at room temperature for up to 3 weeks, and then you can use it in any recipe that calls for marshmallow fluff or marshmallow cream. All right, we are back with my yummy, yummy chocolate marshmallow cookies. I cut it in half so you can maybe kind of see what the center looks like there. Yummy, yummy. Nice and sticky on the inside, chocolatey on the outside. Looks good. Let's see what this bad boy tastes like. Yummy, yummy, yummy. That's very good. I love chocolate marshmallow. This is really good. Now, I kept my cookie part soft, but of course, as I already told you, if you want it crispy, you just leave the cookies to dry out overnight before you put the marshmallow cream in the middle of it. It's just the right amount of stickiness and sweetness and yumminess. Very, very good. Once your cookies are all made, you can eat them immediately. If you do have any leftovers, store them in an airtight container at room temperature or in your refrigerator for up to 1 week. Eat and enjoy. And that's our recipe of the day. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you want to see more videos like this, make sure you click that thumbs up like button, click that subscribe button, leave me a comment if you want to. Let me know if there's any recipes that you'd like to learn how to make, and I'll do what I can to get those out there for you. And as always, keep cooking.